Diddy just beat the case.
Prosecutors have rested their case against the music mogul.
But it's not over.
Jurors have reached a partial verdict in the Sean Diddy Combs sexual misconduct trial.
Because now, his twin daughters are stepping into the spotlight. And they're not coming quietly. Word on the street is, they just sent a warning to Jaguar Wright. And let's just say, it wasn't friendly. What could make two 18-year-old girls go after a grown woman with this much heat? Well, when it comes to protecting Diddy, the twins aren't playing games. And Jaguar might have poked the wrong bear. And no, this isn't some vague social media shade. Allegedly, the twins warned Jaguar to back off, or else. See, Jaguar's been going after Diddy for years. But during his trial, she crossed a line. She called out the twins directly, even accused them of being psychopaths who care more about designer shoes than the victims in their father's case. But now that Diddy's walking free, the twins are clapping back. And trust, they're not pulling punches. So what made these two teenagers suddenly go head-to-head with a grown woman like Jaguar Wright? And what are they trying so hard to shut down? Well, buckle up, because this story has money, power, family secrets, and possibly a whole new legal threat. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell. Because if this is how the twins are acting now, imagine what happens when Diddy comes home. Let's set the stage. In July 2025, after a 7-week trial in Manhattan, the jury stunned the hip-hop world. Sean Diddy Combs was found not guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking under RICO. Huge win, right? Not so fast. While Diddy dodged the RICO charges, he was convicted on 2 counts under the Mann Act, a federal law banning transport across state lines for illegal sexual activity. Still felonies. Sentencing is set for October 3rd, with insiders saying he could get 4 to 5 years, maybe less with time served. When the verdict hit, Diddy reportedly mouthed, "Thank you," clenched his fists, and whispered, "I'm coming home." Emotional? Sure. A clean win? Hardly.
Immediately after the verdict was delivered, a profound sense of personal relief washed over Diddy himself. He turned to his assembled family, his voice filled with emotion and a clear note of exultation, proclaiming, "I'm coming home, baby, I'm coming home."
The twist? No bail. Despite beating RICO, the judge denied bail, citing Diddy's violent history, including that 2016 hotel incident with Cassie Ventura. As Judge Arun Subramanian said, there is clear evidence of a disregard for the rule of law and a demonstrated propensity for violence. Then the internet lit up. 50 Cent posted a meme of Diddy as John Gotti, calling him Puff the Magic Felon. Memes flew, but victim advocates weren't laughing. Some said the guilty counts didn't match the evidence. One male escort even apologized publicly to Cassie, saying he hadn't known what he was involved in. Online, pure chaos. Half joking, half outraged. But behind all the noise, something else was building. Not in court, not with lawyers, with Diddy's daughters. Most of his family went quiet, but Jesse and Delilah, not a chance. At 18, the twins are no strangers to fame. Red carpets, designer brands, luxury trips. While their half-sister Chance stayed low-key, Jesse and Delilah leaned in harder. Right after the verdict, they hit the BET Awards. Smiling, styled, and very much visible. Instagram? Flooded with vacation pics, brunches, and yacht shots. Now look, living your life isn't a crime, but the optics, they're loud. Especially when many still think Diddy got off easy. Enter Jaguar Wright. While the twins curated luxury aesthetics, Jaguar was watching, and she was furious. She blasted them for partying while survivors cried, claimed they were protecting an inheritance, not truth. She even called out their silence on their mother, Kim Porter's mysterious death. The internet split. Some said they're just kids, others called the girls tone-deaf and privileged. But by staying visible, Jesse and Delilah became targets. And in Jaguar's world, visibility equals vulnerability. Up next, we dig into why Jaguar's obsession with these two runs so deep and what she thinks they're really protecting. Stay tuned. While most of the Combs family kept a low profile, Jesse and Delilah went the opposite route. They didn't just stay in the spotlight, they leaned into it. Instead of laying low, the twins hit high-profile events. Their appearance at the BET Awards just days after the verdict raised eyebrows. They posed for photos, smiled for press, and kept their social feeds buzzing. And it wasn't just one event. Instagram saw a flood of vacation selfies, designer fits, and soft launches of their new fashion brand, 1221. Turks and Caicos yacht trips, brunches in Beverly Hills, it was all there. And while that might just be teen life for two girls raised in luxury, it clashed hard with the headlines their dad was making. That's where Jaguar Wright saw her opening. Jaguar wasn't new to calling out Diddy, but this time she shifted her focus. She blasted the twins for flaunting wealth while victims testified.
These 19-year-olds are stuck in the family drama they didn't sign up for. Locked in by daddy's money, caught between public courtiers and private yacht parties.
She claimed they were propping up their father's image not out of loyalty, but to protect access to his empire. According to Jaguar, their social media presence wasn't clueless, it was calculated. She even threw Kim Porter's name into the fire, saying their silence about their mother's suspicious death was proof they were complicit in hiding uncomfortable truths. Jaguar accused them of putting lifestyle over legacy, and that struck a nerve. The online reaction? Divided. Some defended the twins, calling them teenagers trying to survive a public nightmare. Others said their behavior felt disconnected, privileged, and cold. But regardless of which side people took, one thing became clear. Jesse and Delilah were no longer seen as bystanders. Their actions, intentional or not, put them at the center of the conversation. And Jaguar? She was just getting started. Up next, we break down how Jaguar's accusations escalated, and the moment she made it clear, the twins weren't just spoiled, they were part of the cover-up. Jaguar Wright has been coming for Diddy for years. Since long before the trial, she's positioned herself as an industry whistleblower, calling out what she claims is the dark underbelly of hip-hop, with Diddy dead center. She's gone live countless times since 2022, throwing accusations his way, from artist manipulation to criminal cover-ups. But once the courtroom cameras turned on Diddy, Jaguar shifted focus and zeroed in on his daughters, Jesse and Delilah. In one Instagram Live, she referred to them as psychopath twins. No filter, no hesitation. Claimed they were emotionally dead, showing no empathy while their father faced disturbing allegations in court. Her theory? The twins weren't supporting Diddy out of love. They were protecting their lifestyle. Jaguar said flat out, they're not fighting for their father, they're fighting for survival. Because once he falls, who's gonna fund them? And then came the viral mic drop. In a YouTube rant, she asked, "How do you party on a yacht while your father is in court? What kind of emotional detachment is that?" That quote blew up. Suddenly, it wasn't just drama. It was about character, loyalty, and privilege. Jaguar painted them as so protected by wealth, even federal charges couldn't break through their bubble. Jaguar claimed the twins were linked to offshore accounts under Diddy's name, implying they were part of a larger scheme to hide money in case the court tried to freeze his assets. In her words, their loyalty wasn't emotional, it was strategic. Naturally, the internet split in two. Some said Jaguar was finally saying what no one else would. Others felt she crossed a line, dragging teenage girls into serious adult allegations. The hashtag Team Jaguar and Protect the Twins took over comment sections. Debate turned into digital warfare. And through it all, not a single clapback from the twins. No tweets, no shady captions, just silence. According to sources close to the family, the girls' legal team was paying close attention, especially to statements that could be considered defamatory or imply criminal involvement. At this point, Jaguar's rants weren't just messy, they were legally risky. And Jesse and Delilah? They're not new to this. They've learned from the best how to move quietly but with impact. So while Jaguar's live streams keep rolling, the twins are allegedly gearing up for something much more strategic and potentially permanent. Now the question becomes, did Jaguar finally go too far? Or is she just the only one bold enough to say the quiet parts out loud? Next up, we look at the moment that pushed everything over the edge, when Jesse and Delilah drew a hard line over the one person they refused to let anyone talk about, their mother, Kim Porter. Jaguar Wright didn't stop at the twins' behavior. She allegedly threw Kim Porter into the mix. Kim, Diddy's late partner, died in 2018 under mysterious circumstances. Rumors say she was writing a tell-all memoir before she passed. Jaguar publicly insinuated the twins were blocking the truth about Kim's death, hinting they might be erasing painful family history. That crossed a red line with Jesse and Delilah. Soon after, the twins dropped an official joint statement. Claims our mother wrote a book are simply untrue. Anyone claiming to have a manuscript is misrepresenting themselves. Any so-called friend speaking on our mom's behalf is not a friend. Flooded media channels within hours. The girls weren't just defending their father, they were protecting their mother's legacy. But here's the twist. While the screens lit up with news of Jaguar being shut down, insiders say the twins were quietly orchestrating their comeback. Team sources confirm they set up a social strategy campaign to amplify their statement and even planned a follow-up event, rumored to include a sit-down with a major influencer. It's less about rebuttal, it's retaliation. So the question is, did Jaguar go too far? Or did she simply hit a nerve? And are the twins preparing to go beyond public statements to legal action, media tours, or something bigger? After Diddy's legal win made headlines, internet sleuths picked up on something strange. Jesse and Delilah weren't just celebrating, they were clapping back. Whispers started circulating online that the twins allegedly fired off warnings to Jaguar Wright behind the scenes. And no, we're not talking about a passive-aggressive Instagram post. We're talking about straight-up threats. Stop speaking on our family or else. According to several fan pages, the girls may have reached out via private DMs, and those DMs weren't exactly sweet. One source claimed they used phrases like, "We're watching you," and "keep our names out your mouth." And while we haven't seen official screenshots, the chatter was loud enough to spark online debates. Was this just teen girls being protective or a PR move cooked up by lawyers? Because yes, there's also talk of legal action. Allegedly, Roc Nation affiliated lawyers have been watching Jaguar's live streams, and word is they're building a case. But the real jaw-dropper, the rumor that Jesse and Delilah were planning to flee the country if things went south. See, when Diddy posted bail in late 2024, one of the conditions was that he had to turn in the twins' passports, and that instantly raised questions. Why would Diddy's teenage daughters need to hand over travel documents during a federal case? That's when theories blew up. Maybe those offshore accounts everyone's been whispering about are real. Maybe some of them are in the girls' names. And maybe, just maybe, there was an escape plan in motion. Commenters said it best. This ain't about Instagram drama, it's asset protection. And here's where it all gets murky. If these twins were truly just kids caught in the crossfire, wouldn't they have stayed quiet, kept low? Instead, they've been out here, liking shady posts, showing up at industry parties, even throwing subtle shade in Instagram captions. Screenshots started flying. One story read, "You don't poke a family that's already been through war." No names, no tags, but everyone knew who it was aimed at. Meanwhile, Jaguar Wright, she didn't blink. She kept her live streams rolling, her comments fiery, and her targets very, very clear. Which brings us here. Are Jesse and Delilah just defending their name, or are they trying to silence Jaguar because she's too close to something they don't want exposed? Because if the rumors about Kim Porter's death, secret bank accounts, and buried memoirs are even half true, these girls might be doing a lot more than just standing by dad. They might be guarding a legacy that's already crumbling, one live stream at a time. And as the twins go on offense, Jaguar's about to fire back harder. So now we ask, are the twins protecting a family in crisis? Or are they just pieces on a much bigger board? Because with Diddy walking free, Jaguar shouting from rooftops, and Kim Porter's shadow still looming, this isn't just about loyalty anymore. It's about what's being buried and who's holding the shovel. June 26, 2025, closing arguments. Jesse, Delilah, and Chance show up at court in matching suits. Cameras catch one twin wiping away tears as disturbing testimony unfolds. It was raw, it was human, and for a moment, people saw the girls as victims too. TMZ, XXL, OK Magazine, they all reported the same thing. The twins were shaken, traumatized, because no matter how rich you are, hearing those allegations in court about your father, that hits hard. And yeah, fans felt it. One wrote, "No PR is worth putting them through this." Another said, they didn't sign up for any of it. But then, just days later, it flipped. Suddenly the twins weren't grieving, they were launching. Enter 1221, their new fashion brand. Instagram lit up with yacht pics, designer fits, and glam brunches.
Hey guys, it's the Combs twins. I'm Jessie and I'm Delilah. And today we have a very, very big and exciting announcement. We are launching our very own clothing line. Welcome to 1221.
The sympathy shifted to suspicion, fast. That kind of emotional pivot had people asking, was that courtroom moment real grief? Or part of a calculated rebrand? And then the old rumors came flooding back. Theories that Diddy used the twins to shield assets, setting up offshore accounts in their names, securing money through them, just in case the feds came knocking. It didn't help that Diddy used their passports as part of his bail package. And fans, they caught on quick. One Redditor wrote, if those girls are listed on offshore accounts, handing over their passports wasn't about flight risk. It was about locking down access. Another said, no one gives up their kids' documents unless something big is hidden overseas. Now look, there's no hard proof. No leaked records, no confirmed transfers. But the court of public opinion, it doesn't wait for evidence. It connects the dots. And those dots are looking real shady. Because while the world saw courtroom tears, days later the twins were toasting champagne on a yacht. And from that moment on, Jesse and Delilah stopped being just kids. They became part of the machine. Whether they like it or not, they're now tied to the narrative. So, was it grief or a PR play? Loyalty or legacy management? Because from courtroom solidarity to influencer rollouts, from passive silence to rumors of legal threats, these girls are suddenly at the center of something way bigger than fashion posts and matching outfits. So tell me, are Jesse and Delilah just standing by their dad, or are they key players in something deeper? Are we watching two overwhelmed teens thrust into chaos? Or are they part of a strategy, one built to protect not just their father, but the Combs legacy itself? Either way, Jaguar's still talking. And the twins? They're still responding, with curated posts, media silence, and a team that's clearly playing chess, not checkers. So, what do you think? Did the twins cross the line? Or is Jaguar just stirring the pot like always? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like, subscribe, and bell, because whatever happens next, this story's nowhere near done.